Hey guys, today I have no idea what man wisdom number this is going to be, but I do know its title, and this one is being shot all the way from Spain. And so pretty sweet to be here in this location. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to share man wisdom with you here. And so beginning in Matthew, we're just going to grab a couple pieces out of here to consider for our own lives. Matthew begins with the book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ. And it even starts out saying Jesus was the son of David. And then it goes on to number a bunch of other individuals that Jesus came from, his genealogy. Now, Jesus is the son of David. Even that, you can stop for a moment and ask the question, who was David? Now, we're told that David was a man after God's own heart. But when we read David's story, we also find out that David was a man who had a lot of some sins in his life, and maybe not a lot of sins, but some deep sin that needed to be dealt with in his life. For instance, he actually had a man killed named Uriah because he saw Uriah's wife, thought she was beautiful. This was Bathsheba, and so he took Uriah's wife, he slept with her, he got her pregnant, and then when he realized that he got her pregnant, he had Uriah killed, putting him as the king, David as the king, put Uriah at the front line and had that man murdered. Okay, now there are sins in your family's generation of which you probably don't even want to know about. And in Jesus' genealogical line, that would be one of them. Now my own family, I know they have their sins. And those sins do not, in any form or fashion, have to define my own life. I think someone's saying yeah in the background because they're agreeing with me. All right? The sins of your family's past do not have to define the man, or the woman for that matter, who you become today and into the future. This was the reality for Jesus, right? He had sin in his family's line. And he could have allowed those things to be like, man, this was who my dad was from my dad, and these are sins that I could struggle with. No, Jesus chose to live in his Father's will, his Father above. And because of that, he had power over sin, and saying, I'm not going to allow my past, or even my family's past, in any way, form, or fashion define who I become as a man. I'm going to allow God alone to do that. And just as Jesus did that, we should do the same thing. And our tool for this is simply recognizing that there are sins in our family's past, but we don't have to be defined by those sins. We can put our life into the hands of God and say, Lord, no matter what has happened in the past, I want you to be the one who defines me now and every day ahead. So your action for this is to let go. Let go of the sins of the past, and particularly even if there's sins of your family's past that have a hold of you today, because that's the reality of things. Sometimes the sins of your father can become the sins of your own, or even the sins of your mother can become the sins of your own. And I encourage you today to let go of those things and let God be the one who defines your life. All right, I got a kid clapping. I think he's really impressed with this man wisdom in the background. I'll see if I can show him to you. He is right over here hiding behind the trees. You can hear him. So awesome. Awesome. All right, cool. God bless you, and we'll see you next time for the next wisdom. Put this tool in your belt and put it into good use. God bless.